Yo, what's up? It's the one and only HipHopGamer, Hot 97. Yo, it's crazy, son. NBA Playgrounds. Look, I don't got nothing else to say, but I'm gonna introduce my guest, then whip some ass. You ready? Okay, so my first guest, you know what I'm saying, from Miami, Florida, holding it down, my man, GamerTagRadio, one of the legendary top podcasts in the gaming industry. My friend, yo, it's an honor to have you on the show, baby. My man Godfrey, how you feel, man?
Good, man. I'm pumped, man.
Why are you here in New York right now?
Well, we're going to have a screening of The Messengers, a podcast documentary. It's coming out on iTunes very, very soon. So we've been everywhere screening it, man. So it's going to be our first time screening in New York. So,
all right.
Yeah,
now,
it's good.
I have one question for you real quick before I move on to my man Mathew. But the first question I have for you is, the first time you ever did your podcast, do you remember how many people listen as opposed to how many people listen now?
Yeah, man, 12 years ago, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, over 12 years. I think on my first show it was like 500 downloads or something like that. Now we're like in the millions. You know,
oh, see, that's what I'm talking about, man.
So we'll talk about that more later. We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
I want to talk about your not just the podcast, but I want to talk about what The Messengers mean to you, this documentary. So, walk me through the process of who came up with the idea to say, hey, you've done a lot in this industry, we need to do a documentary to show the world, you know, your road, you know, to success. So how did it all come about, and what do you want people to get out of it after they see it?
Yeah, the thing with The Messengers is it's not only about, I don't want people to just become podcasters because after seeing the movie, I want them to start something, make moves or something, you know, because I started with internet radio in 2001 and everything, you know, and I have a crazy story, you know, but I don't want to be here for long.
Yeah, I got it.
The executive producer, the director, and editor, Chris Comissals and Neil Galarte, they're filmmakers of the movie. They love my story so much that they were like, man, we gotta sit down with him and other podcasters and just get behind the scenes story, how it is, you know, as a podcaster, you know.
Right.
They follow me at E3. You know, we got Aaron Greenberg, shout out to him.
Shout out to Aaron Greenberg, that's my dude,
also
man.
H&M from Marvel, he talked about me, because he also has a podcast for Marvel, but he got inspired to see me, you know, recording and everything, man, you know.
Wow,
so, but also
crazy.
because I got inducted to Podcast Hall of Fame a couple years ago.
Hold up. Wait, round of applause for that, son. My man got inducted. I know somebody personally that's inducted into the podcast.
I'm in no Hall of Fame. I'm just putting it out there.
No, you're about to be. Well, you got Hall of Fame players.
I'm no Hall of Shame.
You got Bill Russell in here.
So it's just more about the behind the scenes story about all of us, you know. And, and I'm all about helping people out, you know. A couple years, well, actually last year, you know, I know DJ EFN. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, DJ EFN, of course.
We go way back from high school. And I've been always telling him, yo, you gotta start your own podcast. You're gonna start up. So I was basically the one that helped them out with I introduced them to him and Nori to Drink Champs.
Drink Champs is classic. Shout out to them.
So now they're doing big. They're doing big things, you know, and it's all about the podcast, you know. Because I feel like at our show we can inspire people to buy a product, get a game, just with our voice, with audio, strict, no video, and still people will manage to buy a game or something because of that, you know. So it's dope. It's dope. So I can't wait for people to.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it either, man. This Friday, man. I can't wait to see that. Now I got my man Mathew, son, the president of Saber Interactive. Now I've been telling y'all about NBA Playgrounds. You seeing it? I've been telling y'all, right? Listen, let me explain something to you, okay? It's not every day you get a chance to relive that NBA Jam or that NBA Street feeling. I want to tell you that NBA Playgrounds, it takes a little from everywhere, but it created its own identity. It's extremely unique. It's a simulation game built in an arcade world. You never experienced anything like this before. And honestly, EA Sports, I love you, but shots fired. You missed your opportunity, baby. Let's go. Mathew, the president, Saber Interactive, how you feel? And, you know, what brings you to Hot 97 today besides showing off the great NBA Playgrounds game, man? How you feel, man?
I'm feeling good. Launch was great yesterday. I'm getting to hang out with some great guys today and get to play the game a little bit. I'm really excited. It was this is a labor of love.
When you was doing NBA Playgrounds, and obviously, you know, people are going to make those comparisons of NBA Street and, you know, NBA Jam. What about those games anything about those games that gave you inspiration to do this? But also, what about this game do you feel makes it stand out above the rest so that it can exist successfully?
Well, I think first and foremost is it's over the top, right? I love the fact that it's over the top because, you know, it's a video game. You know, people play video games so they can do stuff they can't do in real life.
Absolutely.
Now, you know, look, NBA 2K is the absolute best basketball sim there is, and that's, you know, it's the king of basketball games. But there is no arcade basketball game right now. I mean, the inspiration behind this was I wanted to remake Jam. You know, I mean, we couldn't get any traction in remaking Jam, so our attitude was let's do our own. You know, I mean, so this game, you know, used Jam as an inspiration, obviously from the 2-on-2 and the over-the-top stuff.
Right.
It used Street as an inspiration just because of the outdoor vibe that we have going on. But but it's kind of become its own, kind of a little bit of a mix between the two. More Jam than Street, I would say, for sure.
Okay.
But we added some of the hip hop elements in the music, and that kind of brought it both together. And then we just added our own twist to it, you know. And this is the first of them, right? So our hope is this takes off, and we get to build upon it. But for a first game, starting from scratch, I'm really proud of it. I think it holds its own, and it's a great spiritual successor to those games, which I don't think we're going to see. Look, I'm hopeful now we do. Definitely they say, oh, we got to do. You know, great. Competition's a healthy thing, and we love it, and we'll up our game, too. That's our tagline, up your game. So.
Up your game. Let's go. Yeah. So, all right, now it's time. So, wait. We're going to set this up right first. We're going to set this up right. Okay, make sure we good. All right, now we go. Alright, so it's Dikembe Mutombo and Del Curry versus Dragic and Tim Hardaway. Alright, let's go, baby.
I gotta rep from Miami, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You know what?
No. Get that out of here. Let's go, baby. Come on. Cash, baby. Oh, come on, man. Serious?
Come on, pass. Let's do this.
Dion Waiters. I want him in the game, but I gotta make sure he stays on the Heat.
Let's go.
You know?
No, get that out of here, son.
No.
Oh! So that's what it is.
That was good.
That's how you set it off, baby.
That was good.
That's how you set it off, son. Yo, now another thing about this game I want to say is the slow-mo. The slow-mo that you added to this game truly makes this game like unique, yo. I'm telling you, man. So when you was designing the game, Mathew, in terms of like the character design and the look, like what about this look you felt was like, yo, this is what we got to go with? What about this you like so much?
You know, it's actually kind of funny. I don't want to start talking about other games we're working on, but we're working on a game. We're working on Shaq Fu.
Yeah!
Nice.
Shaq Fu 2, baby!
Yeah, I know. And that game has gone from ridiculous to serious. So we'll see what happens, but I got a lot invested in that.
That was crazy just now, okay?
All right, I'm gonna have to make sure I don't lose my train of thought. So Mike Paris, who's Shaq's uncle and manager, is a good buddy of mine, and I had an idea for something called Little Shaq, where we're gonna do this like game to like a little version of Shaq. And you know, I said to myself, that would be cool for all basketball players. Let's create like little versions of these guys that are kind of caricatures. So really, it was basically that's where the idea originally came from.
So this game, you definitely gotta time it right in terms of your shot, because it can be early or late, and it's split second. So you gotta time it. And another thing about this game is stamina. You got to focus on your stamina big time, because if you did you see this? This is crazy. So you gotta focus on your stamina. That's the big thing. If you look at the top left corner and you see how my feet is lit up, that means that I was able to have infinite stamina for that moment. So you definitely have to pay attention to your power-ups so that you'll be able to take advantage of everything that's happening on the court, because in this game you even have 5-pointers. So even if you up, you could easily lose that lead simply because of the bonuses in the game. My thing is, what are your thoughts on the newly announced Big 3 with Ice Cube? And do you think there's some possibilities of working with the Big 3 and having like Big 3 be a part of NBA Playgrounds, like another mode or something where that brand can come into this world? I think that would be great, man.
I think Big 3 is super cool. You know, obviously, Allen Iverson's affiliated with our game, and I think he's coaching on the.
Yeah, he's coaching. He's a playing coach.
He's playing too.
He's playing. He's gonna be crossing somebody up.
All right, good. Yeah. So, you know, I think I'm excited by that. I think it's cool. I think it's going to do well. We've actually talked about that. People thought that there was no coincidence we were making this game with Big 3 coming out. It was entirely coincidence. But because of, you know, that's cool.
I caught the shakes on that one.
Because of the world that we're in now in basketball and working with Shaq and working with the NBA, you know, there have been discussions about potential collaboration. Hasn't happened yet, but, you know, I haven't met the guys who are running over there, but if you want to make the intro, man, I'm all for it.
Oh, cool. I mean, that goes without saying now.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So, Godfrey, let me ask you this, man. This is like your second run at the game. What are your thoughts on this game? Just giving your first impressions, opinion on it, and also how do you feel it compares to what we grew up on in terms of the NBA jams and the streets of the world?
I used to play NBA jam like crazy back in the day. So I was in high school and stuff. So this reminds me a lot. The thing is, I'm not playing pretty good with it, man.
Who wins the championship this year? Cleveland or Golden State?
Golden State.
Golden State.
Golden State gets it?
Yeah.
I think they have a much better chance to get it this year, but for some reason, man.
Than last year, right?
Just don't doubt King James.
Yeah, well, look,
Don't doubt King James.
We're from Miami. You know, he won it. You know, we're still a little sore.
Like, you left us. Like, oh man, and Dwayne Wade left y'all.
Yeah,
like,
us. And I was in Chicago when he made that announcement.
Yeah, he did not want to go though. Dwayne Wade did not want to go. He didn't want to go.
Always Wade Conley, man. Always.
I mean, even though Chicago's home for him, he didn't want to go. There's no way he wanted to go. Come on, there we go.
I got a question. Is Michael Jordan in this game? Was y'all able to get that? Was y'all able to make that happen?
Yeah, and once I sell 1 million copies, I will bring him in the game. I can afford it.
It'd have been good. It'd have been good to see Allen Iverson cross Jordan in NBA playgrounds. Oh, 16-16, yo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's close. It's close.
Yo, this is the final shot. The final shot. Oh, you missed.